Hayashi-san, はじめまして、どうぞよろしく。
こちらこそよろしくお願いします。
Thank you so much for giving us this time today.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about your new piece, the Third Symphony.
Yeah.
What are the themes that you are exploring in this piece?
サードシンフォニーはどちらかというとマーラーの1番を新日本フィルハーモニーで、演奏するときに一緒にやる曲として作曲しました。したがって編成が、マーラーの1番とほぼ同じです。Seven horns is just a six horn, and this is other same size orchestra, very big one. そうだからとてもダイナミックに作ろうとしました。ダイナミックな音楽にしようとしました。
So a dynamic a piece which will accompany Minimalism one. Will you be conducting the two together?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
In Japan or here as well?
That case is in Japan, but I hope someday here.
Is Mahler a big influence on you?
Yeah. So last year, yes, and Mahler number 5 something. I love Mahler, but I'm contemporary composer. So this year I conducted the Messiaen Turangaria, and last year I conducted Steve Reich Desert Music.
Desert music, yes.
Yeah.
Along with The End of the World as well.
Yeah.
Quite a somber theme to that piece. What inspired the writing of The End of the World?
Oh, The End of the World is 9/11. That so after I went to the World Trade Building, so that everything nothing. So I looked so to inspired for me.
You've been described as a minimal composer, minimalist music, and I'm interested in the way that one might think before you listen to it that minimal compositions might not evoke such a strong emotional or psychological response, but they do. So how do you achieve that with minimal compositions? Why do they work and affect us the way they do?
So I love minimal music. It's like Baroque music. This is not so emotional something.
Because it's sort of fiddly.
Yeah.
Methodical, patterns repeating, that kind of thing. Are there differences between minimalism in Western classical music as opposed to Japanese traditions like a gagaku, or when we hear it in like African drumming? Are there differences in those types?
Yeah, different, but basically Japanese traditional music is one-line music. This style is my best way because I make one single track music. A single track is just one line.
So one melody.
One melody.
One refrain.
One melody. Sometimes some note is a ta ti ti ti.
Yeah.
Ta. This is harmony. So this is style. This is basically Japanese music.
Let me ask you about other aspects that I would see from Japanese culture, perhaps in your work. I would ask you whether the kind of the aesthetics of Japan that I enjoy, like wabi-sabi, or the idea of ma. Does that feature in your work?
You know everything.
No, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Okay, so maybe I'm Japanese, so that case maybe ma something. It's very natural for me
because sometimes the spaces in your music are almost as important as the notes.
Yeah,
would that be fair to say?
Yeah, this is maybe Japanese wabi sabi is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't have the one without the other.
Yeah.
Let me ask you about how different is it for you composing for film as opposed to a piece for an orchestra, a piece which is, I guess, more purely you as opposed to one which is more functional in some ways?
So, film is just easy for me because director says this movie this style please okay.
But I get the feeling, and I am very much, I'm sure I'm wrong, but I get the feeling that the directors who ask to work with you because you give them something more back than they ask in the first place. I was surprised when I heard you were working with Takashi Kitano. Because I did not think of your music along with that film, but that's been a very fruitful relationship.
Yeah, that's good. Me, so I'm minimalist, so that case for Takeshi Kitano films, that case is a very minimal style and not so emotional style. But Hayao Miyazaki as animation, that case is more emotional feeling. It's separated for me. That.
The interesting you mentioned the kind of minimal style of the filmmaking of Takashi Kitano. One of the films you worked together on is Dolls, where the costumes were by Yoji Yamamoto, another master of Japanese minimalism.
Yeah.
Do Japanese people look at the West and say, "Why is everything so busy? Why not just calm it down a bit? Let's get minimal."
Oh, sometimes.
Let me ask you about a lot of people will come to your music. I think younger people might come to your music first because of your film work, especially the work with Miyazaki-san, so popular. And I've been to concerts there where you have performed this music so beautifully. And I've noticed that the themes in his work seem, maybe it's because we are all growing older, but the themes in his work as he matures and changes seem to reflect also the themes in your work and we arrive at The Boy and the Heron, which is a kind of a deeper psychological and emotional experience than many of the films, and a masterpiece both musically and cinematically. I think you are here recording a new symphonic version of that, I think. That relationship, was that a different experience than making a film which might seem more simple to us, like Totoro, for example?
So I work with Miyazaki-san about 40 years, something, as a Nausicaa to Boy and Heron. So it's like a Olympic game because 4 years, 4 years, 4 years, each 4 years.
Can I ask you about one particular piece which I listen to quite often of yours, which is One Summer's Day?
Yeah.
Which seems so simple.
Yeah.
And so, forgive me if this sounds rude, but basic in some ways, the notes being used, but it's so powerful.
Yeah.
How do you achieve that? And do you know when you are creating this, do you think, oh, this is a good one?
I don't know. This case, that's so. Okay, this one.
You knew you had it.
Yeah. So, but Totoro is a very so middle, so far. Okay, Totoro. Maybe 20 minutes. Finish.
Wow. You might not want to know this information, but I sang Totoro to the Empress of Japan when I met her once.
Wow.
She was very surprised. Before we move on from just Miyazaki, one thing about Miyazaki that is very interesting to me is he keeps retiring. He retires, he comes back. He retires, he comes back. He retires, he comes back. He retires, seven times now. Nana retirements. And it's like, when now he says he retires, you go, oh yeah, sure. Another retirement. When will you be back?
Yeah. So, always.
But can I ask you, I hope you have no intention of retiring.
Yeah. But this summer, I said Ghibli Film Concert Tour is final concert tour. I said. But just this concert tour is final. Concert はまだやる。
Thank you so much for spending some time with me.
Yeah.
It has been a huge pleasure to meet you. One final question, if I may.
Yeah.
For years, I thought Joe Hisaishi, this is an interesting name for a Japanese composer. Then I find out many years ago this was not the name given to you by your parents. Where does the name Joe Hisaishi come from?
This is so when I was a student, I make another name. So my friend said, "Who do you like?" Okay, Quincy Jones. Quincy Joe as a kanji.
In kanji, yes.
Yeah. So Hisaishi Joe. Okay, that's fine.
So you're kind of named after Quincy Jones.
Yeah.
This is why Japanese is so hard to learn.
Yeah.
How can Quincy Jones also mean Joe Hisaishi? It's just, for a country that likes minimalism, you have a very complicated language.
Yes. I think so.
How lovely to meet you, and thank you again so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you conducting, and I look forward to hearing many more of your compositions, I hope.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good time. Thank you.